Tomorrow we have a lunar eclipse that's going to be visible. That's on the evening of Thursday, March 13. And I just want to show you like when you can see it and what you might expect it to look like. So the lunar eclipse is visible to anyone who can see the moon, right? Because the moon is passing through Earth's shadow. So if you can see the moon, you can see the lunar eclipse regardless of where you're located. I think it's really cool. You can actually see this visualized in Stellarium Web. So I'm just here in Stellarium Web, but I'm actually going to refresh so you can see for yourself how you can see the lunar eclipse and where it's going to be in the sky and all that kind of stuff. Well, basically, you just go outside and look for the moon. But I think it's kind of cool that you can like go forward in time and see this stuff happening. So I'm located in my area right now, but you could change your location. You know, it should automatically detect wherever you happen to be on the planet. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch to tomorrow night, so March 13. And the lunar eclipse starts it's actually at the heart of it is about 3 a.m. Eastern or midnight Pacific. But I can just go forward and back with this time slider and I can see the moon turn kind of dark, right about here halfway through the nighttime. Right now, what's particularly cool about doing this in Stellarium is that I can actually kind of see what's happening physically. So if I zoom in on the moon here, I can fix the view to the moon, which is what I did at the start of the video. So as I go forward and backward in time, you can see how it'll pass into the Earth's shadow and it'll look kind of reddish and much darker and then pass back out. But what I think is actually kind of cool is to actually fix to the stars, right? Because what's happening, of course, is that the moon is moving. The reason that we see it go in and out of this lunar eclipse, let me find a good star to use. The reason we see it go in and out of this lunar eclipse is because the moon is physically in its orbit around the Earth. It is literally passing through the shadow of the Earth. So what I can do is I can click on a star and center it. And now I'm tracking with this star instead of with the moon, right? So this is basically eliminating the rotation of the Earth from the sky view. Okay, I'm fixed to the stars. And if I do this, what I still get is this kind of weird rotation, but I can actually see the motion of the moon. Now this is the motion that's caused by the orbit of the moon around the Earth. And this happens every single night. We don't even notice it because the primary motion we see is the moon rising and setting, moving across the sky due to the rotation of the Earth. But the moon is moving, you know, a few degrees every night just because it's actually in orbit. And when I take this view and I go forward in time, I can actually see that the moon is passing into Earth's shadow and back out of Earth's shadow, right? You can actually even see where the shadow is. It's like the shadow is fixed right here in the sky. So anything that were to pass through that would experience this kind of eclipse. Anyway, I just think it's kind of a cool way to visualize what's actually happening when the lunar eclipse happens tomorrow night. So I hope you get a chance to check it out. If you can take a picture, you know, feel free to send it to me. I'd love to see it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.